Hey, Happy New Year, Vancouver. It's January the 16th, 2014. Sorry I missed last week. I was just really tired again. From my heart and soul, this is Terminal City News. Matthew and Jocelyn Jones of Port Moody bought their 3-year-old son an inflatable punching bag for Christmas and were met with a shocker. The box had unusual grease stains on it, and upon opening, they found a package of chicken feet. And further down in the box, chicken bones. Horrified, the family went back to Canadian Tire and demanded an explanation. Canadian Tire said, "I don't know," and gave them the $6 refund and a gift certificate, then defended the manufacturer as very reputable. CEO Stephen Wetmore was quoted as saying, "I just don't see what the problem is." Trio is under some scrutiny now that the full rates for the Port Mann Bridge tolling have gone into effect. It's $3 for a single crossing, and regular commuters are mostly up in arms. Trio is quick to point out that congestion has been eased by a full hour, but motorists don't accept that. They would like the bridge to be free. Who cares how much gas they're saving? Boo for paying. Boo. And also, they're completely surprised about the tolling. It's not like we haven't heard about this like 2-3 years ago or anything like that. This is a complete surprise. How dare they toll us? Nobody has ever been told in the past, ever. No, I mean, it's not like the Romans used to toll bridges or anything like that. We are a really spoiled bunch here, I'm not going to lie. The BC Provincial Courthouse on Main Street has found themselves overrun with vermin of all kinds. Rats, mice, and bedbugs, to just name a few. With only 4 janitors, yes, count them, just 4, the justice workers are feeling frazzled. But don't worry, guys, Vancouver Coastal Health has assured them and us that bedbugs are not a health issue. They are just an annoyance. Phew. Prime Minister Stephen Harper came down for a visit earlier this month, popping around Burnaby Village Museum, probably just to prove he knows where the province is on a map. This comes when Echo Stats have found that the Tories are suffering an all-time low in the polls, ranging in the 20s for an approval. Bad news is that over half of Conservative supporters state that they refuse to entertain voting for another party. Yes, there is no room for compromise in thoughts, and that they will absolutely show up to voting booths. This is, of course, very frightening. Harper then went to go speak before a group sponsored by the Vancouver Board of Trade when 2 protesters wearing just straight black duds walked straight past security and went up the stage, basically stabbing distance, not that I'm advocating anything, behind Harper, hold up placards that were criticizing the guy for his terrible environmental track record and criticizing the Tories. They were then escorted off the stage and tripped down some stairs, allegedly, by security, and Harper was heard to quip, just wouldn't be BC without it, referring to protesting. And I just kind of want to throw this out there, Harper. It's not like we like to protest, just for the hell of protesting. I mean, the Liberals have been doing so much, and most of the time, BCers just don't give a rat's ass. It's probably because of all the pot that we're smoking. But, I mean, every time you show up, there are protesters. There's a reason why. It's not something we just do for the hell of it. Maybe you should put some thought on it. It's kind of like when Trudeau would ride on that train. What was it? They called it tomato train or something because people were always throwing rotting vegetables at it. And then he'd return with the Trudeau salute out the window or whatever. It's not just something fun we do. Maybe there's a fundamental problem here. But anyway, screw that guy. Richmond shoppers of Lansdowne Mall were greeted with an unusual visitor to one of their electronics store when a large coiled snake showed up therein with the shoppers. The funny thing is that Lansdowne Mall has no pet store. StatsCan announced that BC's population has grown to 4.6 million people, but warns this may be artificial inflation. Tens of thousands of non-permanent residents have come for the jobs, and they traditionally leave when the jobs end. As such, communities in northern BC deal with ghost populations where workers continue to fly in and out, kind of feeding into the local businesses, but only temporarily, adding pressure and then taking away reliable business that will stick around for years to come. So, I mean, there's a flood of business all of a sudden, and everybody's cost of living goes up, and everybody's doing really well, but then after a couple of years, poof, it's gone, and everyone's left, oh, shoot, how am I going to continue to pay for the rent, which, of course, has gone up, right, because of cost of inflation. In related news, apparently racism is still alive in Canada as commenters for online articles such as this one demonstrate vile hatred for immigrants and worry that white people, here in BC, white people are becoming the minority. Completely forgetting, of course, that white people are all immigrants here as well, and I think are technically already the minority. And what does it matter? Who cares? That's all for this week, folks. Daniel stinks. See you next week. Because you farted. You farted.